Welcome to Kansas Speedway here today. Drivers have gotten done with their qualifying, so I will pull up the starting grid here now. So first will be Kyle Hess, second Andrew Teff, third Jesse Fox, fourth John Burke, fifth Troy Thomas, sixth Truth Hoke, seventh Terry Fennell, eighth Frank Chavez, ninth Barry Nelson, 10th Aaron Marquise, 11th Timothy Yisbrin, 12th Matt Metler, 13th Chris Lawrence, 14th Blake Davis, 15th Kinsley Smith, 16th Chris Goxol, 17th Richard Ode, 18th Austin Smith, 19th Brandon Puffenbarger, and 20th is Dustin Ray. Going to wait for everybody to grid right now. We'll give them a paint refresh also when they do get on the grid. So paint refresh now. 134 lap race here. Last night they ran at Dega. That didn't go too well. Yeah, let's not talk about that. There was at least 12 cautions in that race, so that was a rough one for these guys. Hopefully we don't have that here again. And my paints are 100% not loading in yet, so we're going to see some paints that are going to be popping up here shortly. There they go. You see some guys running that high line, most likely staying around there. That's just to get as much speed as they can. Most of the speed is up there. As the green flag will be in the air, and we are underway here. Most of these guys that will probably tuck in as Kinsley Smith has jumped to the pits. I don't know what that is for, though. I'm going to have to see here shortly. Guys are going to be fighting for position right here. See, the 93 will go to battle. He's going to try to stick on that, or he actually does get that position, as the 69 of Jesse Fox will be fighting for third, as we have a caution here early on. That, oh my gosh, someone just KO'd the wall. That is a 10. Frank Chavez. Oh, okay, so 3 wide. I don't think he moves down here. Yeah, I don't see a move down. 4 just comes across the nose of the 10. That sends him down into the 14 or 23. And then the 5 just destroys. There's everybody else piles in after that. That was hard hits everywhere. We'll bring out our first caution 4 laps into the race, though, so we will not see anybody pit with it being such short pits. As there is a little bit of pitting here from some guys that didn't get damage. be just fuel. Yes, this is definitely just a fuel move. That's not a bad idea to make. You're already in the back, can't hurt to get more. The lights have gone off on the pace truck here, so that'll bring Burke, Hess, Fox, Hoke, and Troy Thomas for your top 5. As we need to see here how aggressive these guys are going to be on the restarts. As the green flag is back in the air, and we are back underway. To the 41 of Aaron Marcus. He just kind of flies through here. The 196, that's a familiar name. Barry Nelson's back in this race here tonight. See how much more aggressive they're going to be. Biggest mover right now is Austin Smith. He is up 9, and he is all the way up in the Highline. He actually did get involved in that wreck a little bit early on. He will get that position, though, so we'll see how high he's going to run. He's going to actually go down on the bottom, so that's actually a smart move for him. Tuck down on that bottom line. Don't be in the wake of somebody, because you tend to get super tight. As he will go down to the bottom, and he'll get that position. He might get another one here on the 92. Let's see what goes on here. Three's going to be kind of in a spot. The 3 doesn't get this pass done. He's going to lose about 2 positions because of that. What move will he make? Now look inside. That 3's going to be able to fight on the outside, though. Going to be door contact there between the 92 and the 3. And the 23 is going to shoot on 3 wide, and he's going to get both positions, too. So an aggressive move from Gisbrandon. He gets both of them. See how much more aggressive this 23 is going to be. The 86 and the 96 are going to go in battle here as Hoke has taken the lead from him. And he's gotten out to about a 10.5 second. Burke might be able to chase him down, though. Burke is running that high line. CL is running the bottom. Gonna run that middle line now. How much more aggressive will he be? Will he stay in that high line? Now, the only issue I see with running that high line is if you really, really run it, if you get in there too aggressive, you're going to burn that right front up. You have to be very, very careful with it. That 23 is ripping through this field. Austin Smith, he was one of them that was involved in the wreck, pitted on lap 4. But he's not too far back, though. He's going to hang it up in that high line. He's going to get a 2 for... almost a 2 for 1 as he gives the 96 a massive shot. Ran right up in front of him. Hoke's still going to hold on to the lead. The biggest mover now is still Smith. He's up 13 positions. The second biggest is Puffenbarger. He's up 13 also. They just tied as the 5 will go by the 92. Going to be hard to defend here with a pretty big run going on. Looks like Fox and Puffenbarger might be going back at it here as he's in the wall, though. Gets into it just a tad, is able to pull himself off of it in time. As a 92's not going to realize that 3 is down there, and he is going to save it. Troy will do a little bit of landscaping. That is on the 92. Gisbrandon did not realize the 3 was down there. I don't think he got loose from this point of view. He's driving too hard when he shouldn't have been. It's a 16, and the 92 is still going to go at it. That 92 is going to be hurting on those rear tires because of that little incident there. So he's going to have to kind of be a little bit cautious. Doesn't want to overheat them too much. We have some action happening up here soon. We do around Hess. Hess will get, or actually fight off the 23. That 23 is absolutely flying up here. He's been running 31.57s, 32, a 31.69, 31.7, 31.8. You can see the times there on the board. I'll kind of leave them up here. You can see how much faster this 23 is than everybody else. Kinsley's actually, no, that's not Kinsley. Kinsley's a lap down. I was going to say, I was looking at the score and I was like, that doesn't look right. Kinsley's not up there. So now we got a game of where can Hess run. At the 93 looks like he got in the wall coming off of 2. But we've now reached the game of where can I run to get this guy dirty air. And the 86 is doing that. He's getting right up high enough to where he's blocking him and shoving that air. I'm going to mute my, or lower my sound a little bit because this has gotten very, very loud. I will turn on my gain back up because that was very, very loud. I think I might actually got it too quiet now. Let me fix that again. I did. I'll go down about 2 decibels, and I think that might be fine with that. I just don't want it blowing out my eardrums. Some of these tracks are incredibly, incredibly loud. Worse than others on some of them. See, Hoke is able to get around Kinsley, so that'll sort all that junk out that he was having to deal with there. 23. He's going to be lurking on Hess. Up 15. Puffenbarger's following him behind. He's come up with them at the same time. But he's still running faster laps, so he's going to catch him here in a minute. Very, very quick. Very methodical on when and where he wants to run. The 50 and the 196, you're going to go at it. 50 was involved in that last incident. He's a lap down, though, so that is not for position. That is Nelson that he'll get around. I think they are, what are they on fuel? They have 75% fuel, so lap 75, possibly? Being generous with that. I don't think lap 7. Maybe lap 45 to 50 is when we'll see pit stops, and then maybe some more after that. A couple more between then. Huffenbarger's picked up the pace now. So he's running 31.9s to everyone else's 31 or 32 flats in front of them. I was worried that I think Smith has gone and cooked the right front of that tire off here, possibly. I think that's what he's done. Maybe. No, he hit the apron there. It's going to shoot him up the track. He doesn't look tight. I'm trying to kind of look at his throttle. Or listen to it more or less anything else. I got to listen to it before I can guess. I don't know. I don't really see him feeding that much. I just knocked over my bottle of water on my mouse pad. Thank God I have a mouse pad on my desk. Let me get this up for a minute. That is soaked into this mouse pad, so let me get a towel. I have now returned with the towel, so let me dab this up. I don't know how I did that. I got a bottle of water right next to my mouse. Luckily, I just barely spilled it on it, so I'm going to be fine. These guys are starting to run into a little bit of a lap traffic. Kinsley's been hanging around here. He's not doing anything wrong either by any means. But he's staying where these leaders are and kind of messing with probably Truth more than anything else. Truth is probably like, you have to be kidding me, because you don't really want anybody behind you Because you're driving one eye out the window and then one eye in the rearview mirror, and it's just hard to do. But Smith has found high up. See how aggressive they do want to be. Oh, Lord. Smith is right on his tail. I don't know how that's going to work for him, though. I also need to check Racer's Elite stream here for just a second. They're having issues with running theirs. There we go. I was going to say, it looks a lot cleaner than what it did before. That 23 is trying to find the spot on the bottom, and he might get a run here on the bottom line. I have to duck back in, so he's not going to be able to get it quite just yet. Can you get a good run? He's got to hope this 86 gets in the wall once. They're running down Hope doing this, though. They've managed to track down Truth, so Truth has got to pick it up here. Or else they're going to just blow by him. See what his time has been last time, 32.4. So they've dropped off about 2.5 seconds on tires. So tires are going to be a big factor here. But Hoke is going to still ride this high line. He's probably moved up. He may be getting tight, though. Let's look on board. Oh, yeah, that truck is tight. Well, I don't know. Turn that time. It looks like he's tight, as we do have pit stops happening, though, at the same time. These are guys a little bit further back, so they're not really too much of a factor. Just probably trying to jump and get some track position at the moment. That may work out for them if this goes the way that they want it to. That 86 and the 23 still tracking Truth down. You're going to pick up about a 10th here because of the draft that they got. You can see that huge run that they get down the backstretch. But basically everybody's migrated up to the top. Oak may be coming this time by, looking how low he's staying on the track. And I think he's... Yes, he is. So he's going to be the first leader that's going to pit, and he's going to get everything he can get on pit road. He's going to drag Hess with him. And that's going to get this 41 spun. Will he keep it going? He will. Two guys drifted on pit road. That was Marcus and Metler. Both sideways getting on. Those guys were getting all they could. See where Hoke and these guys file out to. Looks like Hoke got away pretty well. I want to see how much time Metler got on pit road. He's actually... Okay, so he was 4 seconds longer just because I think his pit entry where he got so loose. He lost a lot of time. Let's see how long the 23 wants to stay out. The 23 can go with two options. Pit now or run it dry. I would run it dry and try to short pit with everybody else on the next pit stop. That's just what I would do. That's No, just my choice. See what Smith does. He's going to stay out one more lap. There's four trucks that have yet to pit. They all pitted at lap 4, so they can run a little bit longer because of that. When will Smith finally come down pit road? Yeah, is he going to come down this time? Violet, see how aggressive he wants to get in. As he will get in pretty clean. That will leave Teff, the last truck that needs to pit. The Road Ranger. Come down this time by. Yes, he will be coming down this time by. I can hear the RPM drop. So that'll bring him down pit road. We'll cycle Burt to the lead. He pitted 4 laps before Truth, and he's going to get run down here. Unless he can throw a block and kind of mess everybody up and get them all, looking to get around him, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that. $57,500. Or 57, sorry. That he's going to be right on the bumper of Burt. I think he's trying to get him a little bit loose. We think we can get that car just to wiggle around. Oops, just going to go right on by. Goxel's down pit road. So Hope cycled to the lead pretty quickly. Hess actually lost a lot of time. He spent a total of... He spent 4/10 more on pit road, and that was because of his... Actually, his whole pit lane time was 54:15. His pit stop time was 15:22 compared to Hope. Hope had a 44:70 and a 14:73. That's why. All gotten spaced out here. This is a little bit of a battle, though. The 41, the 92. Kinsley's not in the battle. Huffenbarger, who was running 4 before all this started, so he's got to make up some time. He did stay out till lap 40, though, so he's going to have super, super fresh tires. And he should be able to just fly through the field because of that. But just because you're supposed to be able to doesn't mean that lap traffic will not hold you up somehow. Because they will. team Mettler back here. He's around Tef. Another pit on lap 36. Tef pit on lap 41. So he stayed out as long as he could. So if I'm going off of their fuel, they should be able to run another 35 laps. So they should be coming lap 71 is when they should be down pit road. So 71, and they'll have 2 more pit stops after this. Is what they should. Yes, two more pit stops. What they should have. Where's my remote? There it is. It's getting very cold in this room. Need a little bit of bobbing and weaving, just trying to get everybody out from behind you. Somebody, and that's the 4 in the wall. Davis gets a piece of it, and he might go to pit road immediately. I wouldn't think that would warrant a pit road stop, as he is flying in here. Can't see his speed right now, though. It says 182, but he's in pit road. No, sorry, he's in 41. He's down to pit road speed. I was looking at the maximum speed. Fastest speed we've had here was Austin Smith. 189 miles per hour. I know in 2014 when they had the 900 horsepower at Michigan. No, it wasn't. That wasn't 900 horsepower. I think it was 750 at Michigan. They were. Was it 750? I'm not sure what it was. It was either 900 or 750, but they took the restrictor plate off Jeff Gordon's car, and he was hitting 225 on the backstretch. The whole reason they did that, too, it was just to see what would happen. And evidently, you know, I'm glad they did not do that, because that would have been an absolutely horrible idea. Having those cars run that fast around that track would absolutely get somebody killed. 225 would be nuts. That 86 is right up there. The only issue running that wall is Smith will just blow by him. And 4 lap fresher tires. He's not going to be able to get clear quite just yet. He's going to probably drive it down to this corner, slide up. He will get it now. So the only issue that I have with Run the Top is this is any vehicle too. You make a little bit, or you don't even touch it necessarily, but the wall reaches out and grabs you, and it pulls you towards it, and you were just stuck in that wall for forever, and it's kind of annoying. And you're like, well, this sucks. You got to pull it off the wall, but sometimes it won't do it. Other times it will, and it's a whole type of just, yeah, it's not fun. It is not fun. Do not want to have to deal with that, trust me. Fastest car on track right now is Puffenbarger. He's running 31.61. You're already down about a second because of that. See how much time he can pick up, though. Hoka's running 32.46, so he has dropped off the pace pretty quickly. But he does have about less than a second lead as Smith is going to blow by him soon. So he is going to need to... I don't think he's going to battle here. I don't think that'd be a smart thing to do. I think he's most likely just going to let him go and then deal with it later. I think that's what I'll do. Let's see what he does. Smith actually doesn't really gain that time. He gained about a 10th. How aggressive will he be with blocking? He's probably going to I think he'll stay in that high line. I don't think he'll move off of it. Hoke is still staying up there. Smith is also up there too. However, Hoke is about 2/10 slower. He's definitely losing time pretty quickly. Not doing a very good job. I think it's tires. I think it is. I'm not completely sure. Don't quote me on it just yet. But Smith has kind of stalled out a little bit. Puffenbarger's still gaining. He's still running. He actually ran a slower lap that lap. About a 10th slower than everybody else. So he did not have a good lap on that one. Burke's continued to fall back, though. He's going to get passed here by Marcus. I looked over at my timing, and I saw that. So this has not paid out for Burke. He has lost a lot of positions hitting early as he did. He probably needs to run it out and get on the same cycle as everybody else. The only issue is he's going to be so behind that I don't know if it's going to benefit him at this point. Because he can't. Let me get this right. He cannot get on the same tire cycle with everybody else, and it's been apparent that that's been a big issue. As Hoke going to lose the lead here to Smith. How aggressive does Hoke pinch him down, though? Go side by side into the corner. Hoke won't really be that aggressive. Smith will try to get down to the bottom, as he will not be able to get that position. Hoke's going to get a massive run on the high line. See what Smith does. Smith probably needs to get a massive run. So he will kind of get one, but Hoke is staying on that high line, so he's been able to get huge runs coming off of it. Smith tries to get as close as he can. Hoke's going to try to get that high line again, and he's still going to get it, so Smith is going to fight. He's having to go to that bottom. And the more he does this, the more that's going to abuse those tires. This is bringing Hess into it, though, as these two are racing side by side. Hess has been working his way up. He's been about a 10th faster each lap because of that. See where Hess has been picking up time. Picked up about a 10th that lap. As I was looking at that, Smith has gotten by Hoke. I have to see, will Hoke pit early? Because Smith pitted later. But I think that is going to kind of set the tone for everything else. Where will he go? Who's gonna make the first pit stop? Yisbrand will, Metler will. They might try to no, I don't think they can undercut. I think they're gonna be too short. Huh. Yeah, it's not gonna work. When will Smith come down? Smith is going to be the last person to come down pit road. Kensley, he's been a lap down. He's been battling that. Oak's trying to stop the bleeding, but Hess is chasing him down. He's caught him. I don't know if he can get by him, though, because these two are on the same tires. I can't tell if Hess has been getting in too aggressive because he kind of falls off. He does good, and he falls off pretty quickly. Troy Thomas is going to come down pit road. Really want to see if Hess can catch Hoke here before they go down pit road on it. As he's going to be the... Actually, Hess is going to be the first person that pits from really the front guys that have a chance to win it. They're getting close to halfway. One more lap and they'll be halfway on it. See how long Smith will take out. He's got extremely loose off 4. That is gutsy there, my man. Hoke's going to come down pit road. Marcus is going to come down pit road. I want to see where Smith cycles out. We'll see where Hoke cycles out, see how far ahead he'll get. He won't get extremely far ahead, but he will get ahead just a tad. He'll be caught pretty soon. Let's see, when will Smith come down? Smith is going to run it. And Smith is going to run it dry. Actually, come out. That's not Smith. Who do you come out behind? Come out behind some white car. Puffenbarger and Puffenbarger and Smith smitted. Yeah, good English me. Smith and Puffenbarger pitted on the same lap. However, there's a big difference in their times. I don't know. In their pit lane times and their pit times are the exact same. They're just a huge difference on it. Smith will come down pit road. Teft will be the last driver needs to pit. Burt came down early. Came down on lap 61. He'll cycle up here early. He's going to... He can't... Well... He might be able to make it on one last pit stop. He's going to have to cycle out a certain way, though, and I don't think he'll be able to. As Teft is... I don't think he's going to make it down pit road here. He's coming in hot. Really, really hot. He's going to get down to pit road speed, though. He came in pretty aggressively. Hess will get the lead. However, Smith is going to have 5 lap fresher tires. Got to keep that in mind. Hess actually cycles out in front of Hoke. So Hoke he's actually slow down pit road. He didn't get in pit road pretty well. He ran a 54.85 and a 15.30 on his pit stop. Hess ran a 44.93 and then a 14.48 on his pit time. What his pit stop clocked in as. So he did not have a good time down pit road on that lap. Or on this set of pit stops, that is. Say, luckily, I don't understand. There's this one Irishman commentator that he does a face cam when he streams. I don't understand that. I just checked in on that. It doesn't make any sense. But Kinsley, this is gonna annoy Hess right here. Kinsley's only gonna hurt this 86 unless Kinsley runs high, or not high. He runs low in the corners. That will help the 86, but this is going to hurt him a lot because Kinsley's running right where he wants to run. You see, he's going to lose a lot of time. He's going to lose about a 10th there, just trying to get around Kinsley Smith. Kinsley's been struggling this whole entire race trying to get back on the lead lap. 86 still, he'll actually be able to get by in this. I think Kinsley let him go. Realize there's no point in fighting him on that one. Fox is one of the last guys to come down pit road. The 86 will get by him, but you see Hope picked up 5/10. So he lost a lot of time. I mean, a lot of time. See how much Hope can pick up here. Pick up about another 10th. Can pick up 10th here. However, Hess should get a major run off that high line. Now he won't, though. Hope will be able to draw him back in. As Kinsley's going to get in the wall instead. Drag himself up over there. Smith goes down to the inside. He's going to run both these guys down pretty quickly as he has 4 and then 5 lap fresher tires. 84 laps in, or 85 laps into the 135 lap race. T. Smith just has so much more grip. He's able to just put the power down and go wherever he wants to, pretty much. So he's just going to slide up in front of Hoke. And he'll set his eyes on Hess for this lead. Going to kind of give him a little bit of a shove down the backstretch. Not too much of a shove, but kind of just letting him, hey, you know, let's just get on up there pretty much. He's going to get that lead there super easily from Hess. So Smith will just set sail now. He's got to time this last pit stop, though, because he doesn't want to be chasing these guys, even though he did get it pretty quickly from that one. Only took him 12 laps to get around them both. There's a good majority of the field that's surprisingly gone 2 laps down. I would not think that more than 10 of these guys will go a lap down. This is like larceny in the field right now at the moment. The Smith stays on that bottom. He doesn't run that top line. I don't think he really likes it up there. I think he feels like he's a little bit too close to the wall at that point. So we'll see how comfortable he gets up there. I don't know who this is, and I don't want to be your... No idea who that is. 3 is up against a lot. It's Troy Thomas. Getting as high as he can. Got a good run down the backstretch. Ideally, what you want to do with this track is run it high, get a good cut down, and use that run off the hill to get a massive run. And you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. That's what you want to do to everybody. It's really hard, though, when you're trying to get around them, because it's hard because they're going to run that high line and you can't get air to the nose of the truck. You can't get it to cut like you want it to. Puffinbarger, he's going to get passed here by the 69, but that's not a lap truck. That's not a lead lap truck. It's the one that is lapped down. Smith is just running away with it. He's running 31.9s compared to everybody else's 32.2s, and he's migrated up to that top now. I'll say that doesn't surprise me. He's a 2790 IR. Sorry, 2790 IR. So he's the highest IR in the field. So I would expect him to be doing this. Huffenbarger might not catch. I was going to say, that's the wrong truck. As Hope gets in the wall, Huffenbarger is running 32.9. He's running 2/10 faster, though. He might be able to catch Hope before Hope comes down pit road. That's going to slow down Hope even more. He did gain a good amount there. Still second and 4/10 behind, though, so he's got some time to make up for sure. Burke will be the first one to come down pit road. I don't think that's going to work. I think he's going to be still so off on his pits because of this. I don't think he's going to be able to make it to the... if he does, it's going to be really, really close. But I don't think he's going to be able to undercut Smith enough. He had already fell back so much because of that. Who's going to be the first one that tries to undercut? Huffenbarger could undercut if he wanted to try to. Going right now, because he pitted on the same, he pitted a lap before Smith, so he's got pretty much the exact same amount of fuel because of that. That's not a bad idea. I'm going to try that. You can. Not that. I hit some random button. Yisprin's going to come down pit road. That's not going to matter, though. Smith is going to stay on track. Huffenbarger has ran down Hoke, however. I've noticed that. He's within 5/10 of him. But he will be pulling the draft. Kind of gotten stagnant here. There's not that much action going on. Once these guys get so spaced out, there's nothing really to talk to, or talk about, not talk to. I talk into a microphone, so it's not like there's anything to talk to half the time. Everyone has been pretty even, though. Steph, Thomas, Aaron Marcus. So see, Hess and Troy are going to come down pit road. This could be an issue for Smith. No, he's 5 seconds ahead. He's going to be fine. Smith is going to stay out here. I don't think he's going to come in for another 5 laps, possibly. I just don't see a reason for him to, and he's just got such a lead again. I think that he should be fine. Oak has come down pit road. So we'll see how long Smith does want to stay out here. Though again, I don't think he's going to stay out for very, very long. So that will put everybody a lap down. Huffenbarger, Tep does not come down pit road. They're all going to undercut Smith. So the only thing that Smith has to be worried about is him getting extremely held up behind somebody. And that is a possibility. That could very well happen. Marcus is down pit road. Puffenbarger is yet to come in. Hess is out and away. Burke, he's been out and away, but he's going to be so off on tires. I don't think he's going to be able to hold really any positions here because of that. Smith is still staying out. It's getting to 26 to go. We'll be coming to 25 to go. Puffenbarger will come down, so at least Smith, the last one, needs to come down pit road. See if Smith comes down this time by. He will. So that will probably put him behind some people, but his tire advantage is going to be absolutely massive. That will put Hess to the lead, but the whole issue is that they're going to be behind on tires just a little bit to Smith, and Smith has already shown that he can just blow by everybody. As he comes off pit road now. He will actually merge into second, so he doesn't even lose that much time. Hess will be about 5 seconds ahead of him, though, but Smith has 25 laps to go catch him. And I think he'll do that pretty easily because of that. We'll do a lap on board here with 5 random drivers. We'll do that when Hess comes around to the start-finish line. That'll get us to lap 19 here, so we will start that now. that will be the end of that. Hess is still leading, but Smith is chasing him down. 3 seconds behind now. Hess is going to be running for his life. He's going to be trying to pick up the draft off of anybody he can in front of him. Probably either calling that or telling them to get out of the way so he can just have a clean track in front of him. You can't see him in the picture yet, but Smith is lurking. Puffenbarger, he's actually kind of came out a little bit better than everybody else. I was surprised that Burt came back down pit road. I'm guessing he had a penalty or he just didn't get enough fuel in the truck. One of the two. He had a full pit stop, but he had already pitted earlier, so I don't know why he did that again. Smith's actually caught off a huge amount of time there. I think he may have gotten into the wall for just a second. Let me rewind this very, very quickly. I think he did. Hold on, I was looking at another screen. Did Hess get into the wall, or did he just get extremely loose? I was looking away from it. Yes, no, did he? I'm still looking here. Hold on, I'm rewinding it. Smith has caught Hess, though. Smith is going to blow by him when he gets to him, though. I think Hess... Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't see it on my main monitor. I think Hess got into the wall there in one of the corners as Smith just blows by him. No fight there. Hess is just going to try to hold on here. Caution could change everything. I think that everybody would take 4 tires and fuel if they were forced to come down pit road. Or if the caution did come out, not if they're forced to come down pit road. Caution comes out, however, they're going to all pit. Smith will be working his way through this lap traffic. Lap traffic is basically the only thing that could stop Smith at this point. Smith has just done a really, really good job overall, though. There is only 7 people on the lead lap, 13 laps in. We're going to go on board here with Smith just for 2 laps to see what line he's running, because he's running the bottom now that the 41's up top. But I kind of want to see, I want to be able to hear his throttle input to see what he's running, as we will start that here now with the gyro cam. Runs the top in 1 and 2, then to the bottom in 3 and 4. And maybe trying to keep the tires even on wear, possibly. I don't know. But that was odd. Definitely odd to see for sure. Huffenbarger, he's actually made up pretty well with his gamble here. I think Hess might be caught by Puffenbarger before the race ends. Hess is running, he ran 3/10, almost basically 4/10 last lap. Yeah, 4/10 that last lap, faster than Hess did. He's got 9 laps to catch him, but he's also got to make up 3.6 seconds. So it's going to be close if he does make it up. That's why I'm not completely sure if he will or not. There really is no battles on the track, though, with everybody being a lap down. Pretty quiet. They've had 1 caution so far. Smith is coming to 5 to go here. Really, I want to look at Puffenbarger. I want to see if he can catch Hess. I don't think he can, though. Yeah, he's kind of stalled out now. They just ran the same exact time with a 32:20 last lap, so I don't think he's going to be catching here anytime soon. One to 4 to go now. 2 seconds behind is Huffenbarger from Hess. So unless Hess gets in the wall, which they have done that before. We saw Hess in it earlier. That might happen. Hess has just been on a tear today. He qualified 18th. So it's not like he started up front. He drove through the field. And he was involved in that first wreck. He got hit through the grass and kept going. So he did a really good job just keeping it up under him. Get off my desk. You're getting hair all over my microphone because your white fur is everywhere. You know. And you just landed right on my laptop. See, we'll be coming to 1 to go here. There will be white flag in the air one more time around here for Smith. A dominating race for him, though. This is nothing to be, sad about if you're second or third. Smith has just ran a great race overall. So he'll go into 4. Not 4. He'll go into 3 and come out of 4. He's coming with the win here pretty easily. As he will cross the start-finish line and Austin Smith will come home with the win here at Kansas. Burlington, Wisconsin driver. Watch him do a burnout here, and we'll get the top 3 drivers in for a interview. As whoever that was gets a participation trophy. We'll bring in the top 3 drivers here. So we'll start with Brandon Puffenbarger. Midwest Motorsports. Hey, Brandon, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
And so you come home third, fall a little bit short. You qualified 19th, though. But, how did the race go for you overall, though? Because it seemed like you were able to kind of work the strategy there and come home with a podium finish.
Wasn't bad. Just trying to not burn off the right front or the right rear. Uh, just mashing tires. That's why I kind of stuck to the high side. But yeah, me and Austin kind of played pit strategy there after that first caution just to see if we could go a little longer than guys and try to leapfrog them as the pit cycles continued.
So how hard is it running the high line here at Kansas? Because everybody does it, and I know arrow wise, some people get tight. So how hard is it trying to pass, knowing that if you don't get the pass done, you're gonna have to set it up for another 2 laps again?
It's tough, like just riding behind somebody. So I'll try to offset my nose or something like that. But yeah, if you can't complete it within like your first attempt, you're gonna have to wait and set it up and hope that 5 others don't pass you on the outside.
Yeah, it definitely is difficult for sure. Now, how was it when you were working through your starting position up to where you finished? Was it difficult for you, or was it kind of pretty easy?
Uh, I mean, it was difficult. A couple guys were difficult, but for the most part, it was pretty clean and kind of easy. I have raced with most of these guys before, so I try to give them room and they give me room and try not to hold each other up. But yeah, it wasn't bad tonight.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
No, not really. Just you guys for putting on the show. Andrew for letting us come back and do this with him every once in a while. So that's about it.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good job coming home third tonight, man.
Thank you.
It was Brandon Puffenbarger, the third place driver. We will bring in the second place driver and Kyle Hess. Hey, Kyle, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yes, sir, I do.
And so you fall just a little bit short there, but you did pretty good overall. You did qualify on the pole, so just minus one on the scoreboard for you. But now, how did the race go for you overall, though? Because it seemed like it was kind of between you and Smith there, kind of seeing who could work strategy and who could kind of mess with each other. But how did it go from your point of view?
Man, it went great from my point of view. Um, I did a little bit of adjusting with my pedals and steering wheel today because past few races I've run, I just felt like I didn't have I felt like everyone around me was like getting off the line faster than I would on starts and restarts. So I did a little setting change and got into this race and I qualified pole and I finished second. So I'm going to take that as a win.
And so how hard was it trying to How hard was it trying to pass people at Kansas? Because everybody runs the high line because it's the fastest way around. So how did you have to set up passes when you did need to get around people?
Man, I stuck to my line and I just took the opportunities that came to me. It's basically how you have to do it.
And so pretty much was your strategy towards the end was, see if you could jump in front of Smith and just hold him off behind you? Because it seemed like he was a guy to beat at the end.
Yeah, he had 6 or 5 or 6 flat pressure tires, so his strategy was a little bit newer than mine. And throughout the race, we kept our strategies and like not long. I guess about mid run, he'd always catch me and he'd always pass me. So that's kind of what I was expecting at the end there. Um, but I stuck with my strategy and it got me second, boss. Some people may get mad about second. Like, I'll take the second and run with it, boss.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a bad finish for you at all. But now, how was the
Nah,
racing from your point of view? Because we only had one caution the whole entire night, and then everybody else was pretty clean throughout the rest of the race.
yeah, it was like I didn't have any issues really. Uh, yeah, just I got out there, had fun. It's basically what I wanted to do. So all my goals got achieved for the night.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out? Maybe been watching some stream here tonight.
I'd like to thank y'all for putting on the broadcast and helping Andrew out and when he needs it. I'd like to thank Andrew and the league for putting these things on. Um, my team, High, Wide, and Handsome, we run on Tuesday nights in the truck series. So if y'all like to tune in and watch some more trucks, we'll be running on Tuesday. And yeah, now, like I said, thank y'all and thank Andrew and the league for putting it on. Enjoyed it.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job coming home with second today, man.
Thank you, boss. Hope you have a good night.
It's Kyle Hess, the second place driver. We will bring in the race winner. Good lord, I'm probably having a stroke over here. Race winner in Austin Smith. Hey, Austin, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
I got you, Bryce. How's it going?
Man, so you put on a clinic there towards the end. How did the race go from your point of view? Because you started 18th in the field and just drove through the whole field and then just kind of put everybody to rest. But how did the race go, man? Because you did really good.
Yeah, it was a good race. First little bit on that first caution was a little hectic. Thank God for the fast repair because I was toast after I think the number 4 car or something like that got loose on the corner and doored me. But got it all fixed and yeah, drove through the field again and it was fun.
So were you worried about the people that were getting offset on strategy, or were you kind of not worried about it at all?
No, I really wasn't worried too much about it. I mean, after that first stop, I kind of saw where I was and saw that I was catching them towards the end of my run. So I figured it would play out that way as long as I was hitting my marks. So just kind of stuck with it. And, I was going to be set up for green and white checkered as well. So I was always trying to think ahead. But yeah, I wasn't too worried about their strategies, just trying to run my race.
It definitely seemed like you were the guy to beat because you were just dominating everybody there. What if you could name what was one thing that could throw a wrench in your whole strategy tonight, or did you feel pretty confident pretty much the whole entire night?
Yeah, I mean, I think if there was going to be like a late race caution come out or something like that, where everybody was going to be on the same tires, maybe that would have been different. I know Kyle and Brandon and even Truth. I mean, they were all really quick, so late race caution would have definitely um, startled some things.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I just need a shout out to my racing league, Mid Atlantic Racing Series. I needed to give a shout out to Andrew for letting me come in here and race with him on these special events. I always appreciate it. And for you for putting on a broadcast last minute. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go, but good job coming home with the win tonight, man.
Yeah, thank you.
That was the race winner in Austin Smith. Let me drag him out of the room there. So he got out there on his own. I'll go over the finishing order. Austin Smith first, Kyle Hess second, third, Brandon Puffenbarger fourth, Andrew Teth fifth, Troy Thomas sixth, Timothy Isbrand seventh, Aaron Marquise eighth, Truth Hope ninth, Sean Berg 10th, Jesse Fox 11th, Kinsley Smith 12th, Frank Chavez. 13th, Chris Goxel. 14th, Chris Lawrence. 15th, Barry Nelson. 16th, Matt Metler. 17th, Terry Fennell. 18th, Rich Ode. 19th is Blake Davis. And race control was Dustin Ray. Not a bad race overall. I'm a little bit worn out. I graduated college today, so I sat in the heat for 2 hours listening to people speak. So, I also need to find something. I need to find a charger for my laptop. No idea where it is. I gotta go digging through this room to find it. So I'm going to let you all go.